Hi guys, hey, how's it going? How are you? So as you can see, it's cloudy today. It has been raining for the last couple of days at our place. Oh, I'm just gonna check the rain gauge. Oh yeah, we got about a half an inch of rain. So harvest has not started yet. Actually, no, that's a lie. We have started. We did harvest our peas at the end of August, and nothing else is quite ready yet. I mean, maybe on Saturday or Sunday, if the sun comes out to play for a few days. Hey, who's live? I can't see your name. Comment, tell me who you are and what you're doing today. So it's a little bit windy, I know, and I'll probably go in the house shortly, but I just wanted to show you the color change of the leaves. Check this out. Gosh, so the leaves are starting to change. Look there is some light yellow and orange happening. Oh, I wish I could zoom in for you, but down there at the river, the shrubs are really starting. Like, things are changing. The seasons are changing. It's so beautiful. Fall is actually one of my favorite times. And I just love the color change. My favorite leaf color is red. The red leaves, like, they get this dark red color, and when they are out with the yellow and the oranges, they look so amazing. So yeah, so guys, I wanted to chat with you today about doing your energetic push-ups. So I actually just did a follow-up Zoom call with the ladies that took foundation with me in August. That's something that I've done, is just a check-in with everybody, see how it's going, see what's up, see what they're up to. And we just had that yesterday. And then I was on another call yesterday too. Hey Bobby, hi Shauna, hey ladies, how's it going? And so there's a couple of things here. When you start taking classes and start asking for change, and sometimes it doesn't show up right away. It doesn't usually always show up right away, like how you think it, and that's another thing. It never shows up like you think it will. Like, the change you're asking for never shows up like you think it will. And so, okay, so for example, one of the gals was like, well, it was going really good. Like, the first couple of weeks after the class, I was asking all these questions and it was really great. And now I just don't anymore. And it's like, okay, cool. So know that it's a choice. So cool. You're not asking questions anymore. Cool. Now what do you want to choose? How's that working for you? How is your life, showing up when you were asking questions? How is it showing up for you now? And is it working for you? And if it's working for you, then that's cool. You're not even wrong if it's not working for you. You're not wrong. So for me, when I first started on this adventure of consciously creating my life, I guess you could call it, I took my first bars and foundation class in 2014. And so about 5 years ago now, actually. Hi, Diane. 5 years ago now. And in the beginning, like, we have spent lifetimes of creating. Well, I mean, for me, it would have been like 30 some years in this lifetime, but probably many other lifetimes of creating my life unconsciously. So trying to create money from the energy of doubt and lack and worry and need, from those energies. That's how I was creating money before I started consciously creating my life. I was really good at creating money from doubt, lack, and need. And I was really good at not having enough money, because that's how it showed up for me. That's the energy I was creating it from, and that's how it showed up. And so That really, I mean, that's one of the things I demanded to change in the beginning, was how money showed up in my life, because I was fucking sick of not having enough money. And I was sick of not having enough money to buy myself clothes. I was sick and tired, like I was just sick of it. And I demanded that this change. So I started a 10% account. And yes, it was a muscle that I had to work on and build in the beginning, because I had really developed the muscle of lack, need, worry, and doubt with money. That was a really strong muscle for me. It was, I could do it without even thinking about it. I just did it. It was so easy for me to be that energy with money. And when I demanded that to change, the 10% account was one of the steps, one of the action steps I took to change that. And for those of you who don't know what that is, you take 10% of every single dollar that comes into your life. You take 10%. So if somebody pays you $20 for something, you take $2 and you put it away and you don't spend it. And you start to have money, have a sense of having money in your life. So one of the steps I took was the 10% account. And I clearly remember, it was so clear to me, I didn't know how I was going to afford to actually have a 10% account, because I would go into the overdraft of my account every single month. Like every month, by the end of the month, my account was in the negative 500 or 400 or 300. And it was this vicious cycle, because I would get my paycheck, but then I had to like take off $500 right away because I was in the negative. Like it was ridiculous. And so, but I didn't know how I was going to make enough money and take the 10% account. Like, okay, so I could let that stop me. I could be like, well, I can't afford to, and keep saying that. I can't afford to have a 10% account. Well, I actually got to the point where I can't afford not to have a 10% account, because something has changed and I don't know how that's going to show up. So I was teaching writing lessons. I was doing writing lessons back then, and it was like $35 for me for a lesson with me back then. And I would take a toonie, because I couldn't afford a 10% account, but I would take $2 out and I would put it in a different change purse in my wallet, because I got paid often in cash. And when I got to like $20, I cashed it in, all my change, for a $20 bill. And I would just have that with me in my purse in a separate pocket, just to have it. Now, let me tell you, I wanted to spend that so many times I wanted to spend it. And it's like, it was a really conscious choice that I had to make, not to spend that money, to just have it, And then eventually I got to putting in 10%, and I started having more money. I made it the first month. I made it. I think I only went into my overdraft by like $200 or $300. So not as much as I did, but I had my 10% money. So I wasn't really like, it was really weird. And money started to change for me, but I had to choose it every single time, every single day. To put money into my 10% account, I had to choose every day not to spend my 10% account, to actually have money. And so energetically, because money is an energy, and I know that sounds crazy and weird, money is an energy. And energetically, I wasn't comfortable having money in my life. So I created all these ways to spend it all of the time. And energetically, I was comfortable having negative money in my life, and I was tired of it. So now I have my 10% account is like $15,000 in an account that I don't spend. I just have it in my bank. And I also have like $8,000 cash. Yeah, I can't believe I actually just said that on Facebook Live. But anyway, so I have this money in my life and I don't spend it. I have it. It actually attracts more money. And yes, it was uncomfortable for me for a long time to have that amount of money and not spend it. It's really interesting what it invites you to. So it was an energetic muscle that I had to build to have money. And I know that sounds really weird, but it was a muscle. And so I know a lot of people who have started a 10% account and they get rid of it when it gets to $100, or they get rid of it when it gets to $1,000. Like, because the muscle of lack and worry and doubt and the muscle of spending money is stronger than the muscle of creating and having money. It is like doing energetic push-ups with money every day. And so I wonder what choice you can make to start having more money, to start having a 10% account and start having money in your life. And yes, you can, tell yourself that you can't afford it, and you can tell yourself that it's never going to be there, but that's probably how money's showing up for you too. And then you have this other story of, well, I don't ever have enough money, and that's what's creating that. So what energetic muscle would you like to build with money? And it's just like asking questions. Our muscle of coming to a conclusion is really strong. And our muscle of asking a question is not so developed because we're not ever taught to ask questions until you want to start changing things in your life. The question is one of the quickest way to start changing things. In the beginning, it doesn't seem like it's very quick because nothing changes instantly. But as you start to ask more questions and start to notice what does change in your life, I wonder. So it's like, are you working out your energetic muscle today? Have you done your energetic push-ups? And so, yeah. So that's what I wanted to chat with you guys about today. I mean, what else is possible beyond? One of the questions that I love to ask is, what else is possible beyond what I could ever imagine with my wealth, cash, and money flows? What else is possible with my wealth, cash, and money flows beyond what I could ever imagine? What else is possible with money showing up in my life beyond what I could ever imagine? Universe, show me. Show me. What else is possible with wealth, cash, and money flows beyond what I could ever imagine? Start asking that question every day. Make that your energetic push-up. 10 energetic push-ups a day. Ask that question at least 10 times a day. And start a 10% account. Just start putting away even 5% of the money that comes into your life. Put it into a separate account or have it in a separate pocket of your purse as cash, and start to have that energy of money. Start to honor you with money. And I wonder what will show up. And it's funny because I actually didn't think this was going to be a conversation about money today, but that's totally what came up. So in 5 years, I have changed, my whole financial reality, and I'm asking for more. Like, another thing to know about you, well, maybe it's not true for you, but one thing that's true for me is I always want more. Like, I get the target and then I'm like, more. Oh my God, there's more. There's actually more beyond this. There's actually more adventure and more living that I want to have and live and play in, and there's more. So my life, as I have more money in my life, I start to choose living in a different way. And then I start to expand everything I'm choosing. And yes, I require to create even more money to have that. And so what else is possible? And I used to really judge myself for always wanting to have more. Like, really, I'm like, even to myself, like, Katherine, you're just never satisfied. Like, what? Like, when you were making $3,000 a month, I mean, that was enough for you. You lived on that. And it's like, yeah, I actually just survived on that. Now I would like to live on $10,000 a month, at least $10,000 a month. And so what can I create and choose now to have that? What else is possible with my wealth, cash, and money flows beyond what I could ever imagine? So bye-bye for now. 10% account, do your energetic push-ups of what else is possible with money beyond what I could ever imagine. and don't have any fun, Money is a very serious topic. You should never have fun with money. Don't have fun. Okay. Bye.